the heck am I trying to say here? My husband always says, you should make a script for YouTube. And I'm like, who's got time? Friends, welcome back to my channel. Oh my goodness, I have been dying to remake this video for you for the last year. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me fill you in. So this time last year, I did a 1-week series on how to decorate your Christmas tree. I did a video every single day, and literally I had no sweet clue what I was doing with YouTube. I will link them all here so you can really check out what I did and get a really good laugh. But for some reason, the YouTube gods, I don't know how they work, but they deemed one of my videos as good content. And that was the video on how to put ribbon in your Christmas tree. And to date, it has had over 150,000 views, which to some people that might sound like small potatoes, but for me, I had 2 subscribers when I uploaded that video. So that was massive for me. I wanted to remake that video and show you how I put ribbon in my Christmas tree. It's the question I'm asked the most by friends and family, and clearly it's a question that lots of people who come on YouTube ask as well, because like I said, it's had a lot of views. So I did my hair, I put on some makeup, which is a lot more than I did last time. So today I'm gonna show you how to put ribbon or mesh or snow in your Christmas tree. So what you can see already in the tree, first of all, I'm using my flocked tree, flocked. My husband calls it frocking. It's not frocking, it's flocking. You gotta be careful when you say that, because it could start to sound like something else. Let's not go there. So last year I did a video tutorial on how to flock your Christmas tree. So we're using this again. And then I've already lit my tree. I have another great tutorial, not the greatest quality, but it's good content. And I did it last year on a trick on how to light your Christmas tree. So I will link that here for you to be able to check out. Trust me, you're going to want to watch it because I guarantee you're lighting your tree the wrong way. And before, I used to always have to get my husband to help me to do it. This way, it's so easy. You do it by yourself, and you probably do it in a quarter of the time. So if you don't have a tree that comes pre-lit, make sure to check out that video. So before we get started, let's talk through what we're gonna use today. So this year, it's all about the rose gold. So I have 2 different kinds of wired ribbon. It is so crucial that it's wired. You see this? You see how I fold it and there's a kink that's left in here? You absolutely need that when you're doing a tree. And don't assume that all Christmas ribbon is wired, because some of it is not. So 2 different kinds. I always like to have a couple different colors. This one's a little bit warmer, this one's a bit cooler. I'm going to be doing rose gold, silver, and gold. Maybe some people will think that's crazy, but I love the idea of mixing metals. And so the idea of mixed metals in your tree with warm and cool tones, I just think, why not? It's gonna look awesome. And then thirdly, this year, I'm actually going to use this snow blanket. So it actually came really wide in a packet, and I've gone ahead and I've cut a couple of strips. Although my tree is flocked, I really want a warm, snowy, warm and snow. It doesn't really work together. I feel like Olaf. I really want it to have this freshly snowed feeling. So those are the 3 different things I'm gonna be using. Okay, so let's talk about putting the ribbon on your tree. There are so many different ways to do this. And if I go back and I look over the years, my trees have evolved a lot. And so there's 3 different ways you're gonna see ribbon mainly on a tree. The first way, and the most common way, is you're gonna see it wrapped around on a diagonal in a tree. The second way is you'll probably see it cascading down from the top, like long strips coming down from the top. The third way is you'd see it all kind of interspersed and kind of coming out and weaving in and out, all different diagonals and whatnot. That to me is my favorite way to do it, and that's how I'm gonna teach you to put the ribbon in your tree. Every time someone comes over to my house during the holidays, I am asked, how did you do that? How did you achieve that look? And it is so simple, and yet so many people don't know how to do it. So what's the secret? The secret to getting your ribbon to look like it's coming from within the tree and it's coming out and it's cascading and you have it going all different directions is right here. You're gonna cut it. And I know you're gonna think, oh, I don't wanna cut this beautiful ribbon. And if you bought it, you know how expensive it is. Trust me, cut it. You are gonna thank me after this, okay? Now, my suggestion is 2 to 2.5 feet sections. Is that what that is? Yeah. So, and it doesn't have to be precise. Different, you can have different pieces. But basically what the trick is, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut a piece and we're gonna start. You don't have to worry about cutting it on an angle or, oh. The reason why you wanna cut it in these sections is because you wanna be able to place it in as far as you can into the tree, have it come out once and then twice and place it back into the tree. So that's why I feel like this size it's a really good length, but 2 to 3 feet. Because you're gonna wanna try to get 1, 2 kind of like hoopies, you know what I mean? Like it's a really technical term I'm using here, hoopies, okay? So here we go. So I'm gonna find a section back here and I'm gonna come out. This is the trick. You kind of want to let it fall. You see how that just kind of fell on its own? I don't want to manipulate this too much. And then I'm going to tuck it into this branch and then it's going to come, straighten it out of it. And then you're going to bring it down to the underneath here. Here's the other thing I want to say about doing this process. I want you to underthink it and then overthink it, okay? I know that's totally contradictory. When you're first putting on your ribbon, underthink it. Just do it. Look at where the holes are and try to fill it. Look at where it's natural to place it into the tree and have it flow out and let it just kind of organically come together. After, once it's all in, I want you to stand back and that's where I want you to overthink it a little, but not too much. I want you to see, is it balanced? You don't want it symmetrical. You really want them all over the place, but you do want it balanced. You don't want a ton of one color coming out one side of the tree and not on the other. So make sure that at the end, you'll step back, you have a look and you think, okay, is it good? Are we kind of balanced here? And don't be afraid to pull it off. I've done that before. If a ribbon is not working, you rip it right out and you start again with it until you find the place where it fits perfectly. So let's add this one in. So I usually will come, let's go back into this one. You could pinch it kind of around the branch a little bit. I don't usually do that. Oh, this ribbon is just like so stunning. I love it. Now here I'm gonna pinch it a little bit around these branches. You see how this just naturally now fell right here. So I'm gonna follow that curve in the tree. The one thing you don't wanna do, like I don't wanna like put it up like this. That looks ridiculous. You know, I don't wanna also put it out this way. That doesn't flow nicely. Now this ribbon is a little bit trickier. You're gonna have to use a branch to kind of pin it into place, but that's okay. And there you have it. So we had a huge hole right here. We were just able to fill that in. I'm gonna do the same with this snow. We really want this to look like it's a fresh snow that's fallen onto the tree. And so you want it to go deep into your branches. And there you have it. I'm gonna continue adding all the pieces in around the tree and we're gonna come back and chat when I'm done. that's it for today, friends. I hope you enjoyed this. Remember, the trick to doing the perfect ribbon for your Christmas tree is to cut it into small sections. Place it in deep into the tree, come out at an angle on a bubble, do a pinch here, and come on down one more time. And then alternate it all over the place. That is what will have your tree looking like it belongs in a storefront window, and will have any of your holiday guests swooning over your tree. And don't be afraid to add in other elements to your ribbon. So for instance, I use this sheet of fake snow. I also have used this mesh. And in years past, I've done burlap as well. Anything works, and just make sure to try to get creative and think outside the box. So give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye.